Go ahead.
All right. I am here at Sullivan University. I'm joined right now by Cynthia Chandler. She's a registered dietitian here, and we are talking about the top 10 tips for eating healthy in the new year.
Yes. That is what I get asked about probably most. Once Christmas is over and we've had 30 days of feasting, people are ready to just readjust. And so, when I'm asked what are my top 10 tips, the first one I say is choose whole grain.
That should be a pretty obvious one too, because
it's a
everybody
no-brainer.
knows that.
One of the craziest things that probably was ever created was minute rice. It's really easy, but it just breaks down really fast in the body to sugar, and so choosing whole grains is a perfect way to start the new year. Then another suggestion I have is to eat before you're starving.
That's smart.
Instead of fasting in the morning and waiting until you just are famished and then overeating at lunch, just eat a little bit before you are hungry, and then you find, in general, that you kind of control your eating a little bit better anyway.
And not doing what I do, which is I work all day and I tend to not eat during the course of the day. Then I get home at dinner and I'm starving, which is probably the worst thing you can do, and I think a lot of people do that.
They do. A lot of people do that, or have coffee all day, and then when they finally have a break, they realize they're starving, and then your eating is just not as well controlled. Which leads to the third point. Don't go to the grocery when you're starving.
Yes.
It is just too tempting. And when you're checking out and there's a long line and there's those candy bars and there's those delicious cookies at the end of the aisles, and right now all of the Christmas and holiday cookies and candy are
on sale.
On sale.
On sale.
So don't go to the grocery when you are hungry would be my third tip. Have a salad one time a day. Just make yourself have a salad. We don't have anything green growing in the ground much now, but there's plenty of produce available. Just say to yourself, I'm going to have a salad once a day. You know, it's like medicine. And I see so many people that take handfuls of pills every day. And nutrition really can be medicine for your body, and a salad once a day is the dietitian's advice for January.
And it fills you up.
And it fills you up, and along with that salad once a day, I don't know if you're looking at these plates here, but half of your plate should be in the form of vegetables. When you sit down to a meal, half of a plate should be in some form of vegetables. We have some roasted vegetables here, so easy to prepare. At least 50% of your plate, then have a salad. A lot of people don't like to hear this, especially men, but about 25% of the plate should be in the form of meat. I know.
I don't like that either.
Okay, you don't like it either, but it really is, if you can keep the meat portion to about the size of, you're not going to like this, the palm of your hand, and then you have your vegetables supporting that, you do find that it's much healthier for you. And in this new year, when we have resolutions and when we are more motivated, truthfully, than any other time of the year, if we can get these habits started, then maybe they'll hold through till at least Valentine's Day, when everybody has to have that piece of chocolate, which at least should be dark chocolate.
Yes. Okay.
And then we're okay. Have no snacking after dinner.
Oh, I'm bad about
now,
that.
Now, I know that Oprah suggested that, but she does have some merit. If you actually control your eating after your dinner meal, you will find that you sleep better. The number of people who have problems sleeping is amazing to me. And part of a way to get a better night's sleep is to actually have your food digested, maybe have a glass of water a half an hour before bed. So really, I think the old adage of not eating after dinner, not because those calories turn to fat faster, but because it does make you rest better, and a well-rested person truly makes better decisions in everything that they do. Cook from scratch. Now, I'm being in culinary, the world of culinary now, I've learned that. But in fact, if you take the time to cook from scratch, then you are doing another tip that I suggest, and that is never eat in the car.
Oh, I've done that too.
We all really have done that. One of my students yesterday said, we were talking about this in class, he said he looked up at the red light, and there was a man beside him eating a full meal off a plate at the red light. So
now, I don't know that I've done that, but I've definitely been guilty of going into the gas station and grabbing a bag of chips and eating that on my way somewhere.
All right, so cook from scratch as much as you can. Even if you're going to have potato chips, I can show you a good way to make potato chips from scratch. And then it takes time, and you're involved in the activity. It's kind of like, you know, when you work, you don't think so much about eating. Well, if you're involved in making your food, then when you sit down to enjoy it, which is my last tip, is that 10?
Yes.
Okay.
I think
that is the last tip, to sit down at a table and really enjoy the meal. And some of the little accompaniments that we have here, just the way food looks, makes such a difference. And if you want a glass of wine with your meal, if you do enjoy wine, I have a good reason to drink a glass of wine.
Heart health?
It's heart healthy, but also when someone goes to a table and it's set and there's a glass of wine there is something innate about a person slowing down. And when you slow down, you find that you eat food at a more modulated pace. And so, I mean, if you don't drink alcohol, well, put a nice Diet Coke in a wine glass, or put something to set the mood that I am not rushing through this meal. This is part of the chore of my day. But this is an enjoyment. I am nourishing my body. It's a new year. I have resolutions. I want to feel better this year.
Those are great advice. Thank you so much, Cynthia. So some good tips there. I'm going to try them. I know you're doing them, so you guys try them too.